All right, so welcome to the practice for class one of Open Your Channel. And tonight we are working with the higher self. So this concept of the higher self, the oversoul, if you've ever heard of this term. So the higher self and the oversoul, this is the easiest thing for us to connect to, really, and the safest. So that we're not going out all over the place. We're sort of keeping things in almost like this vertical, right? So vertically from our self here, right above, we have our higher self, our oversoul, as it is sometimes called by some people. Some beings are more connected to it being called the oversoul. Now, this oversoul is directly connected also to other people and beings and in different places and times. And so often the beings that we're most called to channel will actually be connected to us via the higher self, the oversoul. So they have a somewhat similar frequency. So they're more easy to connect to. And by virtue of the fact that they're actually kind of filtering and coming through this connection with the higher self, it's safer, it's easier, it's more easily assimilated into our being. So it's a great place to start. And our connection with our higher self is very important because this gives us a sense of kind of our own personal expanded, our own like, oh, this is the most spiritual part of me, almost like this has a lot more context. This has a lot more information. This has a lot more awareness. It has awareness of the dimensionality of existence. And so as I'm tapping into that part of myself that can help me to see the things that I don't see about myself, to help me heal things that I need to heal, to help me to access different, realms of consciousness that I'm in need of accessing in order to enter into the states that I'm seeking to enter into, and to be kind of a go-between for these other beings that I'm working with. And our higher self is kind of the easiest thing to channel because it is us in a way. It is so connected to us. It is so vital to who we are that we're able to connect and bring through that information. It brings through stuff that is very personal to us and is, sometimes we're like, well, that doesn't even like, I don't know, that doesn't even hardly feel like anything, right? It's like, oh, because it's kind of me. So, we sometimes think that things need to feel really alien and different in order for it to be real. Don't fall into that trap. It's still real. And at this point, we're really looking to work on ourselves, right? To upgrade ourselves, to raise our vibration, to get us to the place where we're going to be able to have these connections. So in this practice, our primary focus is simply being aware of our higher self and what it feels like. Because like I said, that self-awareness, oh, okay, this is the presence. I feel the presence. This is what this feels like. Then I can get used to what something else feels like. So that's what we're mostly doing in this practice, is just inviting our higher self to come down and be present with us so that we're aware of it. And we're going to get a little information. And then I'm going to be adding a bonus meditation that you all can utilize that will be a little different from this. And it will also be a connection to the higher self, where we're actually going to be inviting something from our higher self to speak through us. So we'll see how that goes. So to start, everybody just kind of stretch your body a little bit. Maybe if you can, come up and have a little squat and stretch your spine, stretch your back in one direction and the other. So either sitting or with your feet on the floor, whatever's comfortable for you. And inhaling and exhaling and stretching the spine. It's very important to get good movement and space in the spine. Like I said, there's a lot of energy that moves through us. So even putting your hands on the floor and just stretching through your spine, or putting your hands on your knees and pressing to round your spine and breathe into the back of your heart. And exhaling that out. And then stretch your heart forward and open and breathe through the front of your heart, inhaling in and holding it and stretching, pressing your heart forward. And then exhaling and slowly pulling your heart back, exhaling everything out and pressing into the back of your heart, expanding in the back of your heart, and breathe into the back of your heart. And then just back and forth, letting your spine expand and contract, pressing through the heart in the front and then the heart in the back. Just keep letting this move and breathing, deep breath. Good. And then just stretching through the side ribs and opening up the side ribs, opening up the arm, stretching the neck to the side. Just getting some movement in the body. Stretching the other arm up, breathing into the side ribs and the armpit. Stretching the neck. And circling the neck. Deep breaths as you're circling. One way and then the other. Keep letting the breath drop in more and more relaxed in the breath. And then letting the head go forward. So there's a lot of space in the back of the skull, and just breathing into the back of the neck. And then pulling the chin back so that there's a stretch, a straight spine stretch in the neck. So the chin is tucking in and pulling back and breathing in. So we're stretching the area in the back of the skull. Our mediumistic abilities are occurring when our consciousness can flip back into the back of our skull. So we want to stretch and open this area, taking your fingers, and let's just rub like your fingertips, and you're rubbing the back of your skull all along the base of the skull. Just massaging the bones and breathing into this area, bringing your awareness to this part of your body. And we're going to tap, so tapping from the top of the shoulders to the base of the skull. Top of the shoulders, base of the skull. Top of the shoulders, base of the skull. Top of the shoulders, base of the skull. And use the breath. So the breath is breathing out. So as we're doing this, we're clearing and cleaning the chimney that's behind our head, running from the base of the skull to the top of the shoulders. And so just take your hands and sort of just imagine that you're cleaning and clearing as though you were cleaning soot and old stuff out of your chimney. You can use some snaps above your head to keep clearing some energy above your head. So this is a quick clearing practice. And we're going to just massage the crown of our head, right at where the suture lines are. So it's very important that we keep this area massaged on a regular basis. You might notice that it becomes more tender At different times, you might hear crackling in your skull at different times. So it's very important that we keep this very open. You will actually start to get a larger hole, like a fontanelle, a larger fontanelle in your head. Great. So we're just going to swipe. So swiping the head, swipe, and snap. Swipe the eyes, snap. Swipe the ears, snap. The nose, snap. The mouth, again. The throat, snap. And the back of the neck, down the arms, swipe, swipe, pulling everything off. The kidneys, so what's behind us, swipe. And then just shake that out a little bit. Shake it down the arms, shake down your fingers, breath. And starting to drop in. And as we're working today, as we're doing a sitting practice, you're still going to allow some movement in your spine, some movement to occur in your spine. This does not need to be straight, rigid, I'm meditating properly. Allowing a small amount of movement in your spine, movement in your pelvis to move a little bit will help the energy to move and will help for information to come in, actually. So it's okay that you have a little bit of movement. If that movement becomes distracting to you and you feel like what you really need is stillness, follow your instinct and your intuition. I call upon and I invoke the presence of our angels, archangels, beings of love and light, ascended masters, our guides, those that support our path and our journeys in this work, our mediumship mentors, our healing guides, and our higher selves. We invoke you for the purpose of helping us to understand and open our channels with ease and grace, so that we may bring through illumination, guidance, and healing to this beautiful planet. We are going to invoke the first ray, the blue flame, with this prayer. By the divine light of all beings, and with the superior forces of the divine I Am presence, we invoke the blue flame, so it may envelop us in its purest irradiation. From this point of light that I am, may the blue flame spread in all directions, liberating people of the doubt, fear, and ignorance, impregnating the earth with elevated concepts of universal brotherhood, fortifying the faith and the will to follow with God in all moments. We ask that your most pure, blue, white, crystalline flame pour itself upon all men and women who are at the forefront of the people and nourish the great humanitarian ideals. May your blue light descend abundantly upon the earth, opening pathways in the heart of peoples to the divine mind, so its currents of strength and illumination may flow towards all nations. I am light. I am the blue light that envelops people throughout the earth. I am the blue light that protects all creations who live within the divine order. I am the light that leads all beings to the Creator plan. I am the will and faith that moves great ideals. I open the path of love and light in all hearts. May the will of God be realized throughout the universe, and may these words come alive and become real in this moment and forever. So be it. Thank you. to the blue flame and to Archangel Michael for protecting each and every one of us on this call. Starting to deep breath into the belly, witnessing its rising and falling. Feeling your pelvis, where it's sitting, the pelvic floor, and breathing, exhaling down, rooting, grounding cords down into the earth. Every exhale, root further and deeper, bringing stability to this works. Exhaling down. We're going to contract. Inhale and contract every muscle of your body. Squeeze, 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 squeeze until it makes your whole body shake. Squeeze and hold and squeeze and squeeze and relax. And let yourself move. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Relax. Big breath in and out. Relaxing more completely, more fully in the flow of the energy. Becoming more aware of yourself. Aware of the pelvis and all of your consciousness in your pelvis. And then moving consciousness up into the belly. Breathing in and out with consciousness in the belly. Awareness of your physical form. Awareness of your gut. The breath rising and falling. And keep allowing a small little wave to be moving through you. And draw that consciousness up into your heart. Feeling the expansion and presence of your heart, flooded with compassion and love. May our hearts guide us in every moment, allowing us to be aware of truth. And bringing again your awareness and consciousness now rising up and bringing it into your eyes and just massaging around your eyes lightly. Relaxing the eyes, feeling a golden liquid honey light that your eyes are floating in. And then using your fingertips to very slowly draw this consciousness and awareness over the top of your head, the crown of your head, and draw it into the back of your skull. Just letting your hands caress the back of your skull and then let them travel down and come to rest. As more awareness comes to the back of your skull. Maybe your eyes float upward in the process. Keep allowing a small wave to move through your body. Relaxing fully into the moment. Pure awareness as you feel an openness happening above you through your crown and the back of your neck area. As we call upon and invoke the presence of our higher selves to come down more fully into our field so that we may gain awareness of you. Keep allowing your consciousness to be aware of anything that is occurring in this moment, feeling this higher version of yourself dropping down toward you into your field, noticing any sensations that are happening in your body or around you. Especially notice anything that's happening on your skin. And presencing in your heart, any awareness in your heart. We are now going to ask this higher self to actually move further away from us, to move out of our field and further away. Notice, is there a difference? Remember that these can be extremely subtle changes and differences. Once again, asking the higher self to come closer to our being, to come close enough to touch our field so that we may become more aware of your presence. And notice any sensations and any information that is entering to you in any possible way through all of your awarenesses, senses, and extrasensory perceptions. At this time, we are asking to receive information from our higher selves. How can I connect to you on a regular basis and be an open channel to your wisdom? Remember that it might be more simple than you at first would think, and that you might receive information in a way that you are not expecting. In this moment of receiving guidance from your higher self, allow anything else that you are in need of receiving about what you could be doing to help to facilitate this journey for yourself. What do you need to be paying attention to in your life? What will make this process easier for you? Is there anything else? When you are complete, thank your higher self, even if you did not receive exactly what you came for. Ask for and acknowledge that the answer will come to you at a later time in your meditation or dream state. Thank your higher self as we release and let you go. And feel the experience of the shift of frequency in your field. And we thank all beings of light, angels, archangels, ascended masters, guides, medium mentors, healing guides, all those that support this journey and path. We thank you and we release you. We ask that medium mentors will begin to connect to us, to work on our systems, to ease us into the process of meeting with you soon. Thank you. And we are closing the space, closing the channel, and coming back to the breath and stretching the body. Big breath in and big breath out. Squeeze the breath out. Squeeze the breath out. Stretch the back, stretch the neck. And shake it out. Shake out the arms. Little tap on the back of the head, clearing the chimney again. Stretch the neck a little bit. Stretch the spine. And coming back. Feeling the seat, feeling where we're sitting. Being present. And completing the practice.